I just did a 15-minute long review of Charlie's Angels 2019, and after watching Black Christmas 2019, I realized how harsh I was on that film. How is it that 3 weeks later, I would watch a film that was somehow worse than Charlie's Angels 2019? Let me put it to you like this. Black Christmas 2019 makes Charlie's Angels 2019 look like a Skinamax film. I've been trying to get out of the whole nostalgia critic screaming into the microphone style of reviewing movies, but this is definitely going to be a screaming into the microphone review. I got one more roast in me, because this is the second worst film I've seen in 2019, behind only Loqueesha. Black Christmas 2019 is what happens if you let the two leads in Booksmart write a horror movie. Wait, that's not even a good analogy, because if you gave them Somali, at least it would be entertaining. No, a better analogy would be if Loqueesha was your middle-aged uncle going on an affirmative action as reverse racism tirade, then Black Christmas 2019 is a horror movie written by that asshole who counted every time a woman spoke in a Tarantino movie, both of whom are insufferable people. Let me put it to you like this. I'm writing a response to Variety calling the last half hour of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood one of the worst movies of the year, whereas I felt that was the best part of the film. In doing research for this, I made it a point to watch The Haunting of Sharon Tate, a film released earlier this year in which a horribly miscast 32-year-old Hilary Duff plays Sharon Tate. This is a film that shows Tate's murder in graphic detail, all while combining it with real interview footage. The Haunting of Sharon Tate was my former number 2 worst film of 2019 until I sat through this piece of shit. What most people forget is that the original Black Christmas is actually really brilliant. The film was directed by Bob Clark, who in turn directed the Christmas staple A Christmas Story. Honestly, Black Christmas should be the film that plays in a 24/7 loop because it was a brilliant film for its time. The film addressed the debate of abortion shortly after Roe v. Wade passed. Not only that, you didn't know who the killer was, making it way more disturbing. No, I'm not one of those assholes on YouTube who keeps throwing around the idiotic terms SJW and identity politics. The term toxic masculinity keeps getting thrown around, especially on Twitter. So how about toxic misandry? Because that's exactly what Black Christmas 2019 is. I know you're probably already getting ready to tell me how much of a sexist I am for saying this, so here's a list of female-led films that I either liked or loved this year. In my last video, I praised the fact that Marvel and DC have 4 female-led and female-directed films coming out. Both Birds of Prey and Wonder Woman 1984 are at the top of my must-see list. So I ended up watching this film called Late Night on Amazon Prime once I got home. This was a film I wanted to see but didn't get around to theatrically. Late Night is actually a well-written and smart film about a talk show host who is a female Johnny Carson in an era of Jimmy Fallon, James Corden doing carpool karaoke, and BuzzFeed doing celebrity interviews with puppies, until a young Indian woman gets in and tells her to shake things up. Yes, it stands on a soapbox, but it treats its male and female characters equally and with respect. Thompson's character prides herself in having an all-male writing staff. Watching this film after Black Christmas 2019 was like reading a well-thought-out essay on show business politics versus a series of angry, misinformed tweets from a Bernie Sanders supporter who unironically uses an iPhone 11, drinks Starbucks coffee, and records shitty folk music on a MacBook Pro. Black Christmas 2019 wants to be the statement on rape culture in America, and that could work in the hands of a great writer. But it's so heavy-handed that it borders on parody. This movie thinks that you are too stupid to think for yourself. The worst mistake Universal Pictures made was running the Invisible Man trailer right in front of Black Christmas 2019 because that is night and day a better statement on rape culture than this piece of shit. At least in Charlie's Angels 2019, Elizabeth Banks tried to subvert her Bosley character into making you think that she was the villain of the film, With Black Christmas 2019, the microsecond Carrie Elwes shows up, I said, he's the killer. Without even seeing a trailer. Here's the thing. That reveal is literally in the trailer! Allow director slash co-writer Sophia Takal to explain why she wanted to make this film. What is worse about Black Christmas 2019 is that this screenplay comes off as if Takal thinks that she is being original by doing a feminist take on the horror movie. Hello?! That's the worst kind of screenwriting, that I'm so awesome and original for remaking Black Christmas 2019 as a feminist movie, pretending that the original film didn't vilify Peter because Jess wanted to get an abortion. Even then, Jennifer's Body is a way better film than this! I have a whole video planned on why that film deserved better. The film stops dead to have our four main characters all dressed in the plastic Santa outfits from Mean Girls and perform this cringy take on Up on the Housetop that somehow makes John Legend's god-awful take of Baby It's Cold Outside look like a lost Barry White song. A guy literally says, "Don't worry, ladies, the big strong man will protect you," before getting killed. That's the kind of subtlety this film is dealing in. If you love Black Christmas 2019, ask yourself this question. Do you want to see the right-wing version of this film? The right-wing version would have treated Carrie Elwes as a hero taking revenge on the pesky SJWs who are trying to take him down. Dean Cain would jump on that film in a microsecond. How would you feel about that film? Because that's exactly how I felt watching Black Christmas 2019. And I'd be just as hard on that version of Black Christmas as I would be on this film. But you want to know what's more offensive about this? You could tell that this was supposed to be an R-rated movie, but got trimmed down to a PG-13. You see black splotches that clearly is supposed to be blood. This is what movie trailers do, not a feature-length movie. If you're going to do a woke version of Black Christmas, maybe make it R-rated to maximize the impact of your film. Say what you will about Black Christmas 2006. At least that was R-rated. Which then goes into the technical details. At least Loqueesha had the excuse of being a very low-budget film. Black Christmas 2019 has $5 million behind it. This film is shot very TV quality. It feels very much like a Blumhouse film, but not something like Get Out or Upgrade, more like The House at the End of the Street and the first Ouija movie. All of the victims get PG-13 to death, so there's little impact on the overall story and the message Takal is trying to convey. Speaking of the death scenes, these are some of the worst death scenes I have ever seen in a horror movie. There's no tension, no suspense, nothing. Going back to the terrible writing of this film, there's a black ooze that pours out of the bust of the college's founder, in which the frat bro pledges are affected by it. I'm dead fucking serious. Sophia Takal actually put literal toxic masculinity into this slasher film, because again, she thinks that you are too stupid to catch the message of this film! I'm not saying that you can't have politics in a movie. The Star Wars trilogy are some of my favorite movies of all time, and they are very political. It's when you put politics before plot is when I actually get pissed off. I personally decided to blacklist any PureFlix film solely for that reason. Black Christmas 2019 is a 90-minute strawman argument on how awful men are. There's an exact reason why both this and Richard Jewell bombed. Both of these films put politics over plot. Richard Jewell, a man who deserved to cry fake news, is used as a stand-in for Donald Trump. Black Christmas 2019, on the other hand, actually insulted my intelligence. That's the worst thing a movie can do. Insult my intelligence. Each character is interchangeable, the kills are uninteresting, and if you've seen the trailer, guess what? You've literally watched the entire movie in 2.5 minutes. Everything is played sequentially in that trailer. The difference between Black Christmas 2019 and Loqueesha is that, at least with Loqueesha, I actually watched that from the comfort of my own home. Black Christmas 2019, I had to drive to the theater and spend $6.25 of my own money to be lectured on how much of a piece of shit I am. Here are some reviews from female film critics who are saying the exact same things I was about this film. Congratulations, Sophia Takal. You somehow made Black Christmas 2006 watchable. I award Black Christmas 2019 no stars. And may God have mercy on its soul. Be sure to like, comment, share, spread the word of New Realms Media. Follow me on all my socials at New Realms Media. And until then, I'll see you next time.